Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, parent steals water bottle to wash toddler's face. I think I had my first toxic boy-mom encounter. Parents think they get a say-so over children. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Parent steals water bottle to wash toddler's face. So I, 35F, and my mom, 64, were using the gym at the YMCA in my town. I was adjusting the stationary bike, so I put my plastic store brand water bottle down next to my towel and spray bottle for cleaning the equipment after use. ED and his small toddler, maybe 2 years old, came up behind me and then leave. I think nothing of it. I turn around to pick my water bottle up and get on the bike, but it's gone. According to my mom, the dad had poured a water bottle on a paper towel to wipe his kid's face off, then threw the water bottle away. She didn't see where he had gotten the water bottle. The only water bottle that was in the trash was mine. So this dad used my water bottle to wipe his toddler's face off, threw it away, and walked off like it was normal. It's seriously strange that someone would use a complete stranger's water bottle to wipe their kid's face. I would walk up to him and ask him why he used your water when it was mixed with your medicine, and that he better take his kid to the ER before she overdoses on it. Nah, just tell him you have her pies. Wow, that is crazy. For all he knows, you could have COVID or something else and just gave it to his kid. Some people just baffle me on how they survive without any common sense. Hey, mister. I hope your kid enjoys his case of herpes. I guess you should have used the locker room instead of stealing my water bottle to wash your kid's face. I was at a ball game with a friend who had an angry cold sore. She asked if she could pour some of my bottled water on a napkin to dab on it. I said sure, thinking pouring wouldn't hurt. She proceeded to put her napkin on the mouth of the bottle, blot her giant herpes, then do it again, putting her herpes-laden napkin where I would have had to put my lips. She went to hand the bottle back to me, like I would actually drink from it after that. I told her she could keep it. My cringe must not have been too obvious because she was happy with her new bottle of water and my generosity. I think I had my first toxic boy-mom encounter. My family, myself, fiancé and baby boy, went to visit my cousin for a few days last week. The day we arrived, we all went to pick her daughter, my first cousin once removed, I'll call her my niece for short, up from school. When we got there, she was chatting with a boy, friend of hers. She saw us, hugged him goodbye and ran in our direction. My niece talked to us for less than 30 seconds before turning her attention to my son. She cooed over him for a while before taking my fiancé's hand and having him show our baby around to her classmates. I stood next to my cousin waiting for them. As soon as my niece was out of earshot, someone called my cousin's name. It was the boy's mom. She was holding her son in her lap. She reached us, pointed her finger at my cousin and said, "You need to teach your daughter to behave herself. She shouldn't be talking to my son and they shouldn't be hugging. They're way too young for that." She then left the classroom without waiting for a reply. They're both 5. He was complimenting her Shrek Crocs. Sounds like that mom needs to get a better grip on reality. The fantasy land she lives in will be sinking into the sea very soon. I hug everyone I know every time I see them. So sad she's going to deprive her child of the simplest gesture of caring. I'm from the South. Is there any other way to greet people? I mean, of all the things to get hurt over. Okay, but I want Shrocks so bad. Parents think they get a say-so over children. My ex and I separated beginning of the year, and I moved into my mom's house with my 2 kids. They're both under 3. My parents do not like my ex as he hasn't helped much financially. He puts an effort on seeing the kids and talking to them. My oldest got sick and can't go to daycare for a week, so I contacted him and asked if he could watch the kids for a week. I can't miss work or I'll get fired. He said he would, no problem. The problem is when I told my mom what was going on, she thinks she gets a say-so on my kids having a relationship with their dad. My ex and I had a rocky end, and that is between us and not our kids. I believe as long as he puts in effort, it's not my place to say he can't have a relationship with his kids. My parents have also offered to pay for my divorce, but only on the terms that I get his parental rights terminated. My parents don't like the guy that much, so I of course have not took that offer. The big gripe is my mom thinking she is my kid's parent, and treating me like a child and like I get no say over my children. So now it is about to be a whole argument with my mother over this, and I'm standing my ground. It is just incredibly frustrating to deal with this. Update: thank you everyone for the words of advice and support. I stood my ground and my kids will be spending a week with their dad. I really needed to vent, and having all of this support has made me feel a lot better. Thank you so much everyone. Time to get an understanding with your mom. Let her know they are your kids, not hers, and if she keeps pushing, when you can get out from under her thumb, she might be the one with no relationship with your kids. You want them to have a relationship with their father, that is the line drawn in concrete. Yes, you are still fighting him, but that has nothing to do with the kids you both created. Sadly, depending on the state, she may not be able to get rid of grandma due to the unconstitutional item of grandparents' rights, and if during the attempt to cut contact with grandma may invoke grandparents' rights and push to take custody from both Opie and Op's ex. Well, your parents can demand he gets his parental rights terminated all they want, but that isn't up to them, or you, for that matter. That would be up to the judge, and it doesn't sound like there's any grounds to terminate his rights. Mom/dad, these are my kids, not yours. You don't make decisions for my kids. You don't get a vote on my kids' relationship with their father. You don't have to like my ex, but you do have to respect his place as my kid's father. As long as he is a good dad who puts in the effort, he will be in their life. Furthermore, I won't tolerate you bad-mouthing him in front of the kids. Full stop. That's basically what I told her. As long as he puts an effort on trying, he will have a relationship. And I told her that if I denied him visitation and stuff, he could go after me and I could go to jail. Tell mom, I know you dislike X. He wasn't a good husband, but he's a good dad. Children deserve both parents when possible. I will not keep them from him unless he shows to also be a bad parent, which he hasn't. This isn't your place to force me to end his relationship with our children. They will resent you for it. I don't need your money with conditions. You either want to help me or you don't. That is the only choice you get to make. My ex and I had a rocky end, and that is between us and not our kids. I believe as long as he puts in effort, it's not my place to say he can't have a relationship with his kids. Kudos. Way to go. This is hard for lots of people. Way to do the right thing and not make your kids into pawns. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.